Okay, my name's Mark. You reached Spirit Child 1723. Let's bring the camera down just a little. All right, we are up to Leo for the month of May. If you're new, please subscribe. Welcome to the channel. I guess that picture's pretty crooked in the back, but that's okay. We're going to do the reading based on the other person's energy. So we're up to Leo. Let's have at it. And I'm going to do this in a different fashion. We'll wait for one jumper, and then I'll pull the whole row off the top. Nothing jumps, then they all come off the top. So, hope everyone's doing good. Again, my name's Mark, and this is Spirit Child 1723. That's the channel you reached. All right, and we are doing Leo's person in Leo's energy, spirit. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, first card out, the Eight of Fire, or Eight of Wands in traditional tarot. Too much going on. Stress caused by many positive opportunities, unexpected events, or rapid changes, the ability to multitask, business travel. Okay, that feels like the energy I'm just getting out of. So your person's got a lot on their plate. I almost said Sag. We're at Leo. The person of your interest or that's interested in you has a lot going on, but they can multitask, and I think they will evaluate and they will determine where they want to put energy, and if you make yourself important to them, they will make time for you. They might not do things the way you do things, but that's showing that they can refocus and get it done. Then we have the 10, working too hard, too many hours. This is workaholic energy, and the Fire's Wands, that's passion, desires. But like in this person's, on the card, the energy of that is, just survival, just being able to pick, do the daily things to get their food and their bills paid and stuff like that. They're exhausted. They're burnt out, and they didn't want to drop the wands. There's some in the basket, and there's some that are missing the basket because the load is too heavy, and they need to ask for help or they need to prioritize, right? And then we have your person in the cups. What the heck? 6 of Cups. That's interesting. Children or childhood, revisiting old dreams or plan, embracing inner child. The return of people or romances from your past, romanticizing how things used to be. So this is like a playful, childlike energy, for the girls when they grew up, they envision their partner and being proposed to, engagement and marriage and all that. For some, it could be, inner child work, or, learning how to let out that child to play, because when you're in this energy, when you or your person, Leo, it's work, exhausted. I've done it, been there, I still do it. And then we have 3 of Pentacles. All right, so that's better. Doing what you love, recognition for the highest quality of work. So creative endeavors, and this is like doing your jam, I guess. What makes you happy, playing music or something on the weekends, whether it's with an instrument or listening to music, or whatever it may be, going out with friends and just chilling, if that's your thing, or painting, trying to learn how to do a little artistic work, that type of thing. It's saying it's real good for your person. All right, Leo, let's see what's coming here with the romance card. This is your person's energy. And remember, guys, if it doesn't make sense or it seems reversed, then flip it. And there's always a possibility that you guys have similar energy. Have faith. Open your eyes. Overthinking. Now, these cards are real hard to see on the screen because of the gold color. It's not even fooled, but it's just gold and it reflects light. Open yourself up to love. It's safe for you to let your heart be seen. Don't be scared. So this is underneath that card where, persons, should be kind of reprioritizing how much they give to all the categories in their lives. It sounds like me. open yourself up to love. So it's saying, keep that heart chakra open and save time and energy to be able to go out on those dates or whatever it may be, to spend time with your partner. One of my friends, I don't know, I want to say he's been married 6 years. They still, Sundays date night, or date day. That's what works for him, and that's what makes his person feel special, that he tries to do something, based on what she enjoys, and spend time with her and only her on that day. Have faith. The angels are working behind the scene to make this relationship flourish. So this is saying that some of these adjustments are going to take place, and Leo, you and your person can have a more balanced thing. Some of this might be behind the scenes, excuse me. Open your eyes. If someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. So listen with your eyes, right? Watch the actions, not the jaw flapping, right? Let them show you by what they do, the person they are. Overthinking, playing negative scenarios in your head and creating issues which weren't there at first. So this is your person, playing the old tapes in their head. We really have to reframe our childhood stuff, or past relationships. Stuff that's not great happens, but the more we keep telling that same thing, we get stuck in a rut. So we need to you don't need to do anything. If you're trying to get out of it, you need to reframe it, is what I've been taught. And you need to tell the story to yourself a little different. And eventually that sinks in your subconscious, and yeah, my childhood wasn't perfect, but this gave me this on the other side. So there were gifts along with that, suffering or pain. You're definitely not changing the past. It's happened, right? But I've been shown, right, that I need to have forgiveness, not for what they did, but so that I'm not stuck with this person renting space in my head. Excuse me. All right. If you made this far and you're new, please subscribe, like. I need help. I need help, guys, to keep doing this. And I'm in a good energy to do readings, and I'm going to make them a little shorter. They're going to continue in this manner. And I'm done shuffling. Abundance, clock, passion, and reminiscing. Reminiscing's coming out a lot for your person. They're thinking about good old days. I don't know. It could be somebody that you were with 24 or less, when you were real young. And now they're in your life, but you never thought of them in a way as a romantic person, or a romantic partner. But we have abundance, positive mindset, manifest gratitude and bliss and blessings. And, that person in the top row holds on to that 8 of energy and kind of puts the effort to what's working. Put their focus and their energy in the top 2 or 3 things that are working. It's shown a lot of abundance. That's a nice partner to have, Leo. And we have clock, needing time, cycles. It takes time to heal. Healing's progressing. So, yeah, healing, manifesting, our dreams, they run off a different clock. Spirit has a different way of doing things. It's not, rooted in the 3D, right? It's rooted in the 5D, right? So they know, if you're praying and you're going after, someone that's in your energy and it's not time, Spirit's going to have you work on the things that need to be straightened out so you don't lose them right off the cuff. It could be your person, but if you go in early, that chance is gone. And then we have passion, insane chemistry, sparks and having fun, equal interest, burning desire. That's right, Leo. Leo got some good vibes for May. That's right. And then we have some more reminiscing. I miss our inside jokes. I passed on loved one. This could be an ex-partner that died. And if that's the case, I'm very sorry. But I've met a lot of people that, never really go on, never want to really let somebody in. And they're young, you know what I mean? We think widows, we think over 50, 60, 70. Uh-uh. This is, people lose their husband on a construction accident, and they're 37 and now they're 50 and they still haven't gone on a date. Because they haven't healed and they're stuck in that energy. And the grief work can be a little hard. But anyways, this card here, I'm going to pair up with this. Like someone's having good memories of their past. And, they might be at a later stage of life and looking back and say, what a wonderful guy or girl I had in my life, whatever applies. I've had some bountiful, blessed years. Now I'm by myself and it's okay. Things are still good because I've lived that life, I've lived that equal balance of sharing and caring and loving and mutual respect, that type of thing. So that's what I got for you guys, Leo. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and we will see you next time. Again, Mark from Spirit Child 1723 channel signing off.